A brand new week is always a good time to think of things differently. This week, what can you do differently in order to be a stronger student? Good morning, my students. Hope you all are well. Today is a new day. Even if you were wrong yesterday, you can get it right today. So, we will start with our third chapter, that is buttons, sockets and slots on a desktop computer. Each computer is different. So, the buttons, slots and sockets will vary from computer to computer. Today, we will be learning front of a computer case, that is front panel and buttons of CPU. There are optical drive, USB ports, microphone jack, headphone jack and power switch button. Optical disk drive, in which you put your DVD. This often called a CD-ROM or DVD-ROM drive. Optical disk drives can also write or burn data to CDR and DVD-R disk. Power button. The power button is used to power the computer on and off. Audio in, audio out. Audio ports on the front of the computer case. Can you see the image? There are two holes. One is of pink color and other one is of green color. Get easily connected with speakers, microphones and headsets without fumbling with the backside of the computer. USB, Universal Serial Bus Port, has several USB ports. Can you see in the image there are several USB ports given? Yes. This can use to connect almost any type of devices. Mouse, keyboard, printers, digital cameras and more. Children, now we will learn about backside of a computer case. Power socket. Students, can you see in the image the power socket? Yes. This is where you have to connect the power cord to the computer. Expansion slots. Slots where expansion cards are added to computers. Can you see in the image? I have marked expansion slots. Yes, we can add expansion card into it. Expansion card are nothing but a circuit board that can be inserted in a computer to give extra facilities or memory. Example, if your computer does not come with a video card, you can purchase one and install it here. Audio in, audio out. As we discussed earlier, it gets easily connected with speakers, microphones and headsets. Computer has two or more audio ports where you can connect various devices. Analog audio, the blue line. Speaker and headphone, the green line, and pink microphone jack interface are found on every computer. As shown in the figure, microphone pink jack, it connects a standard computer microphone. The green jack is used to connect computer speakers, headphones or other audio output devices. And the blue one, it helps us to connect or record a playback device such as cassette players, CD players and VCRs. PS2. These ports are sometimes used for connecting the mouse and keyboard. Typically, the mouse port is green and the keyboard port is purple. Monitor port. This is where you have to connect your monitor cable. The common port is VGA, used for connecting your standard monitor screen. Ethernet port. This port looks like a modem or telephone port. Port for networking and also connecting to internet. Ethernet ports are nothing but they help us to connect with the internet. USB ports. On many desktop computers, the USB ports are on the back side of the computer case. Generally, you have to connect your mouse and keyboard to these ports and keep the front USB ports free so that they can be used for digital cameras or other devices. Serial port. This is an older port used to connect peripherals such as digital cameras. Today, they are replaced by USB port. Parallel port. Connects parallel device such as printer. It is an older port that is less in case of new computers. Like the serial port, it has now been replaced by USB. One child, one teacher, one book, one pen can change the world. Hope you enjoyed the session and understood the chapter. Thank you. Bye. Take care. Be patient sometimes. You have to go through the worst to get the best. Good morning, students. How are you all doing? Hope you all are doing well. The beautiful thing about learning is that no one can take it away from you. Welcome back, children. So today we will start with a new chapter. We will learn about how to create files and folders in desktop or computer. Concept of files and folders. Folder. A folder on a computer disk can contain files and other subfolders. The data in a computer is stored in different disks such as hard disk, CDs and pen drives. Data is organized in the form of files and folders. Each file in a folder has a name that is unique. Now we will learn about how to create a new folder. Open Windows Explorer. Click on Start button. Then go to All Programs. After that, click on Windows Explorer. Secondly, open the location where you want to create the new folder. Go to D drive. Click on New Folder button or right click a blank area in the window. Point to New, then click Folder. Type a name for the new folder. For example, type your name and then press enter. Look children, this is how you can create a new folder. Now we will learn how to create a new file. Open Windows Explorer, click on Start, All Programs, Accessories, Windows Explorer. Secondly, browse to the location where you want to create the file. Go to D drive and double click on your name folder to open it. Thirdly, right click a blank area in the window. Point to New and then click Text Document. Type a name for the new file. For example, type your surname and then press Enter. Select the file and press Enter or double click on the file to open it. Lastly, you can now type data in the file. For example, type your name and address in the file, and after typing, save the file. Children, this is how we can create a text document. We will be learning how to rename a file or folder. First, if you name a file or folder or make a spelling mistake while typing the name of your file or folder, you can correct it by renaming the file or folder. Steps to rename a file or folder. Open Windows Explorer, click on Start, All Programs, Accessories, Windows Explorer. Thirdly, browse to the location where the file or folder you want to rename is located. For example, locate your name folder on D drive. Then right click on the file or the folder that you want to rename and then click on rename. For example, right click on your name folder on D drive and then click rename. After that, give the file or folder a new name. For example, type your friend's name. Lastly, you have to press enter. Children, this is how we can rename a file or folder. Next, we will learn about file. A file on a computer disk contains the main data and information that you want to store. Each file on the computer disk is identified by a name. The documents, the presentations, programs, etc. are saved as files on a disk. Now, we will learn how to delete a file or folder. The computer provides us with recycle bin to throw all unwanted files. Open Windows Explorer, click on Start, All Programs, Accessories, Windows Explorer. Browse to the location where the file or folder you want to rename is located. For example, locate your name folder on D drive. Click on the file or folder that you want to delete to highlight it. For example, click on Standard 3 folder on D drive. Hit the delete key. Click yes to confirm. Another way to delete a file or folder is right-click the file or folder that you want to delete and then click delete. Children, this is how you can delete a folder. Now we will learn about recycle bin. Open recycle bin. Double click on the recycle bin icon on the desktop. This will open the recycle bin window. Click on empty recycle bin button to empty recycle bin content. Now we will be learning how to restore items from the recycle bin. Open recycle bin. Double click recycle bin icon on the desktop. This will open the recycle bin window. Right click on the file or folder you want to restore and click on restore. The item will disappear from the recycle bin window and will appear in the original folder from where it was deleted. Alternatively, click the file or folder that you want to restore and then click on Restore this item button. Restore all items button will restore all the items from recycle bin. To permanently erase these files, you must choose the empty recycle bin option after right-clicking on the recycle bin icon on the desktop. Lastly, items can be automatically restored to their original location. Children, look how you can restore the file or folder you want to restore from recycle bin. Nothing is impossible. The word itself says, I am possible. I hope students you enjoyed today's session. Bye. Take care.